Good morning, everyone. We today are working on putting soil in the garden. My dad was awesome enough to bring this trailer load of soil. Unfortunately, it's super wet and super heavy, so that was our attempt of trying to dump it so we didn't have to shovel everything out over the edge or off the back. It didn't work, but that's okay. We're gonna shovel out what we need for now and then let the rest dry out and try dumping it again. Our garden is, I think, gonna be in really great condition this year. Last year I laid down horse manure and hay and soil amendments, and I've got beds laid out. We're gonna add this sandy black soil dirt to the top of those beds so that we have something to plant in, and then as the roots come down, they'll go right into all that nutrient-dense organic matter. So that's what we're working on this morning, and I'm gonna go get a shovel and help Nick. So as you can tell, the soil is very nice. It already has a decent amount of root structure that has obviously been growing in it. We've got roots right here. It holds up when you squeeze it, but crumbles easily when you try to crumble it. It's moist, it has living organisms in it, and it's going to be a great addition to our soil here. In our area, it's super clayey, and this has way more sand in it than what we have here. So it's going to be great top dressing for this garden this year. Okay, so while we're here, I'll give you a quick little garden tour. Not super in-depth by any means. But basically, last year we had beds laid out. You can kind of see that I have hay, and then there's a little mulch path, and hay, a mulch path, hay. The beds go kind of like this, all the way around. I don't think you can even see my hand. Kind of in a curve like that, and then there's pretty much straight beds back there. We have some patches, we have beds, we have just open area. I want to create a sitting area in the center, right around over here, and we've got horse manure over here. Let's see if I can point to it, right there, and then we have some mulch. Right, I'm not good at this. Right there. And we'll have extra dirt or soil, and we're gonna create some bean trellising and plant a lot of vegetables. Our goal this year is to do a farmer's market and do things that people would want to do and want to utilize for canning. So peas and beans, dill, some spices, peppers, things to can at home with. Just trying to make some extra money, and then whatever we don't sell at the farmer's market, we'll feed to the feeder pigs. One of the things I want to talk about is how we prepared the soil for this garden. So last year, and when we first arrived here, it was just all hay field. So I laid a 50 by 100 foot silage tarp down and solarized all of the grass. And then from there we pushed some extra dirt and clay mixture from around in front of the house that we had excavated off, pushed that into the garden to add more topsoil. Granted, there's a lot of clay in there already, so it didn't help that much. And then I did till that flat with my dad's tractor. From there, I covered everything with mulch. I spent a lot of money, $1,000, and covered the entire garden with mulch, and to add organic matter and to suppress weeds and hold in moisture. We didn't have to hold in that much moisture because there was so much clay. From there, I put down some soil amendments as I planted. We planted a garden. It was good for what we had, and wasn't too impressed with it, basically. At the end of the year, or towards the fall, I was searching for, what kind of method do we want to go with moving forward. Do I want to be tilling every year? No, I don't like tilling. It's too much work. And what style garden do we want? I landed on a no-till, kind of each year layering additional organic matter and covering, keeping everything covered. So Mother Nature is modest. She likes to be covered. If you have bare dirt or soil anywhere, something will grow. And most of the time it's not what you want to be growing. Gigi! Hi Sadie, are you supervising?
Okay,
we're talking about the garden,
okay,
and the life of the garden, what we've been doing.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
Do we want to peel back
Yeah.
some and see
So I went over kind of where we got to throughout the summer, and then, can you tip that back down?
Yeah.
And then, so last fall, I decided we needed to add more organic matter. And to do that, the two things that we had readily available and not super expensive, because we are not spending any more money, any significant amount of more money on this garden, was raw horse manure that was mixed with hay from horse manure bedding, basically, and then non-sprayed natural grown field hay. It's great for animal fodder, but not necessarily the highest quality. So I got 2 wagon loads of horse manure. With the horse manure, I spread a good layer of horse manure / hay on each bed area, and then covered that with the additional bales of hay. So now let's go and open it up and see what it looks like underneath there. This is something I looked for on YouTube. Nobody had any videos on it. There wasn't any information on, should you use raw horse manure in the fall, and will it be okay to plant it in the spring? I wasn't sure, but this is what we had. So I figured 6 to 8 months was kind of slim on the amount of time it needed to decompose, but would be okay if we added additional soil on top of it. So let's see what developed in that time. So right here, from here to here is a bed. You want to dig into it?
Right here?
Yeah. Yeah. Just kind of peel it back. So you can see here's all the soil and the clay that was our this was the soil we were planting in before. And on top here, this is all of the horse manure and the hay. Mostly straw down here and then a hand top. But it's wet because we're still in the very wet time of the season, but it is breaking down. This was like fresh yellow hay when I brought it in. If we kind of just peel back over here, I want to see, well, it helped this carrot, I think that's a carrot, this plant grow. So plants are growing through it. Let's see what this is. I don't think it's a carrot. I don't know. I don't see too many bugs or worms. There's a little bug. But it's getting decomposed. I think we'll be okay. Just kind of making it up as I go. But basically, the plan is now to keep this kind of covered, layer the soil and black dirt that we're getting on top of this, and then as the plants grow in that soil, the roots go down and they can have access to all this really great organic matter and nutrients down below, and the roots will help decompose those more. There we go. That's our plan for the garden this year.
Today we're cleaning up that mess behind me. That's the last of our firewood. It's slabwood from a local mill. We're gonna haul it, split it, stack it, rinse and repeat. Here we go. Firewood now, baby. time, snuggle time.
Sadie, what do you got there? Huh? What is that? Is that your favorite toy? A rock?
Go ahead.
Alright, so we thought we would do a taste test of the pickled eggs. We have been snacking on them.
We tried a few.
Maybe a little. I think more than half the jar is gone already. But, yeah, so let's taste test.
They're pretty good.
See what
I've
they
heard.
might be really good. We're...
Spoon would probably be a better call for this.
Yeah.
You go with all stabby smurf on it. Alright.
Yeah.
There you go. Cha-cha-cha.
Ooh, yeah.
Like a cooking video.
So we did notice that some of the yolks in them were very light colored. I think that's just from the egg. But let's... Didn't choose me.
Got it.
They're really good.
They're really good.
They're excellent. The brine is really nice because it's not too acidic. The sugar, water, salt, vinegar all works together really nicely. And the dill, you taste the dill. They're delicious. We highly recommend this.
We'll be making these again. Lots of them. However, I will say they're not good first thing in the morning. Like pre-coffee, not a pre-coffee snack. Too much vinegar, it's icky.
Yeah.
Should go without saying, but it's a lesson I had to learn.
The hard way.
Anyway, so hopefully somebody learned something there and saves a rough morning. But yeah, they're good. Do it. We're gonna do it again.
Yeah, I'll probably do them in smaller jars. So, and I'm gonna try and do a shelf-stable version, like a open kettle shelf-stable version, rather than just a refrigerator version. And I'll do a test of that, and if it works and we like it, then we'll make a video on it. So.
All right, back to firewood.
Bye.
Hey everybody, I have a beautiful assistant. It's Mary. She's behind the camera. She was helping me stack wood. You saw that. So we realized this isn't the most efficient way to do this. Usually we load up the back of the truck, we bring it one load at a time, we put it on the sawbuck, we saw it, we stack it, and that's it. So kicking it off the trailer and then re-putting it on here is kind of an extra step, but it's all for YouTube. So it makes the filming easier, we don't have to move the camera around, and it's kind of the last of the wood, so it's kind of dinking and dunking. It's wet stuff, some of it's junk, some of it's rotty, so we're kind of just picking through it. A lot of it's not the right length either, so it's just the last of it, so we're kind of cleaning it up. We have a way better system in the fall and winter for doing this stuff when everything's froze up. So also just want to talk about firewood a little bit for a second, and how to tell if firewood is dry, or ways that we can have an inkling. Here's some red oak. We stacked this, cut and stacked this probably 2 to 3 months ago. Thank you, Dave. It's starting to check. These lines means that the moisture is coming out, the wood is contracting, and that's what we want. When you're picking out firewood, you want stuff that looks lighter than it. No, I'm sorry. That feels lighter than it looks. That's right. Okay. Feels lighter than it looks, and all this checking is good. This is the stuff we just cut, no checking. All that moisture is now going to pull out as we cut and split wood. It really helps the drying process speed up, but it also burns faster because there's more air around it. So there's no free lunch out here, folks. Never happens. So we're going to wrap this up. We're probably going to leave the rest of this. Oh, one other benefit I wanted to mention with the extra step in loading and offloading the wood is that we have to like chuck the wood again. So a lot of this stuff was dirty, and by chucking it, making it flop around like a fish, it kicks a lot of that dirt and junk off of it, which ends up not chewing through my saw chain and not coming in the house, hopefully, at least not as much. So that was just kind of an added side benefit to doing it the stupid way. So We're gonna wrap this up, and that'll be that, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button on the way out. Thank you.